Hey there, Munchie Mafia. So today we are going to be making pickled red onions. We'd already got them all julienned up, and there's a video on how to julienne. So let's get to it. Okay, so what we're going to be needing first off is 2 red onions, julienne, 1 jalapeno pepper, red wine vinegar, whole peppercorns, pickling spice, bay leaves, sugar, and salt. So first off, we're going to slice this up. Now, if you don't like your pickled stuff hot, you don't have to put it in there. You can just not put any in. Or if you want to make it extra super duper spicy, you can always put some habaneros in there or just more jalapeno. Okay, so there's that. And just going to scooch those right into the bowl. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to get our pot. And I have to kind of guess a little bit because I've never made a small batch before. So let's take a look at, I hate these bottles where they just put just like these little freaking pores. I wonder if I could take that off. Probably should have done that earlier. No, I'm screwed. Okay, so if all else fails, just squeeze the bottle. I'm probably going to use both bottles. So this is a 16-ounce bottle. And this here is a 12.5-ounce bottle. Usually I buy these by the gallon, but lately I've not been able to find them even at Costco. They got every other kind known to man, but not this. Okay. All right. There's that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get 1/4 of a cup of kosher salt. This is the fine stuff, so a little bit goes a long way with this one. All right. So 1/4 cup of that. Now the ratio is 2 to 1. So 2 sugars. And I generally put about 10 peppercorns. Or however many you want. It don't really matter on that one. So close that back up so I don't lose it. There's cats around here, they find funny little things and they bat them around the house, and next thing you know it, I'm off buying a new peppercorn or pepper mill. Okay, so a bunch of bay leaves. Even though pickling spice has bay leaves in them, I like to add a little bit more. The way I measure pickling spice is by the capful. I usually go 3, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to give this a stirry stir. Let's see. Get the whisk. We're just going to give this a little stirry stir. And then we're going to put it on the stove on high, and we're going to give this to boil. And we'll be right back. So now we've got this at a rapid boil. We're going to take this on over. Stay away from the vapors. The vapors will kill you. All right, we're going to get our bowl, and we're going to dump it in there. Just like so. Oh my God, I just got an eyeful of it. Wow. Okay. And now we're just going to stir these around and give them a stir. And what's going to happen is that they are going to start to go from that purple color to almost a magenta color. And they're not going to completely turn that color, just a majority of them will. And so that's what we're looking for. So we're just going to stir. Wow. And please keep your face away from the bowl because the vapor from the vinegar will make you choke. And we're just going to keep stirring and incorporating all these together. And it usually takes about a minute or two. So as you can see, we're starting to turn that magenta color. Now it's okay if they don't completely turn that color. All right. You'll always have like some variants. And just stirry. Usually about a couple minutes. Whoa. Okay. So there we have that. And we don't want them to steep for too long or else they'll start to go soft because you still want to maintain that crunchy texture somewhat.
Okay, will you give us a minute? Just a few minutes.
And you could also throw some star anise in this as well, especially if you're going to be using it as a condiment for like an Asian dish, like Asian street tacos or something like that. A little bit of star anise will go a long way. Probably should have done that because I really love the flavor of that. Okay, so as you can see, they're starting to really turn that pretty color. And we're going to shock it with some ice. And the reason why is to help cool them down so that they don't continue to soften. Because like I said, nobody likes limpy pickled red onion. Plus, this vinegar is also very, very strong. So it can take a little bit of water to dilute it a little bit. And just keep giving it a stir until that ice is thoroughly melted. You don't see any more in there. You know, stick your finger in there. If it's just slightly above room temperature, that's great. That's perfect. And then we're going to put them in the refrigerator and let them do their thing. And you'll see them in a short with our magic camera stuff that we've got going on. So we'll see you tomorrow. They already taste good. Some Munchy Mafia. See you in a little bit. Hey there. So it is the next day and we've unwrapping this and they've turned this beautiful amethyst color. I'll show you here in just a moment. Look out behind me. Oh, yeah. My stalker. Hello, Winnie. Okay. So as you can see, they've turned this really beautiful, bright amethyst color, put it up against something that's white. So you can really, really see how they just turn this beautiful gemstone color. That's the color that we're looking for. And some of them might be a little floppy, but still, that one still holds up pretty well. Still has a really good crunch. Some of them might go a little limpy because they were cut a little thinner. And this is why I like my recipe better than some of the ones that you find in the store. Plus, the ones you find in the store, they're pretty damned expensive for what you're getting. So you're just going to give it a stir real quick. And these ones are already spoken for. I promised Leanne and her son pickled red onions. What? Leanne from work. Pickled red onions last year, and just never got around to getting them for her and her son. But everybody was addicted to these things. Used to fight over them at work. Sometimes I would go to the bar cooler to go and find some lemons, and I would find containers of my pickled red onions hiding behind bottles of beer and stuff like that the bartenders were running off with for their own personal snacks. And I would have to like confiscate them and take them back to the kitchen and be like, don't do that. So what we're doing is we're just putting them into the containers. These are just little plastic containers. Now the pickle juice can actually be reused a second time. But after that, it's like, it gets too diluted. You can also use the vinegar in a vinaigrette, and in anything that needs red wine vinegar. You can also, use these as garnish for Bloody Mary. But if you're going to do that, I would recommend cutting them into petals, because then they sit in the glass a little bit nicer. But yeah. So, Leanne, here you go, you hoe. Frickin' red onions. Joshua doesn't know any better because he's only a teenager. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of this liquid in each jar. I'm only keeping a little bit for myself because Timmy's not all that fond of them. But they make for great garnish for like tacos, street tacos, and salads on top of salads. Anything that you need, a brilliant bright color. Now, if you're thinking about doing these and doing canning, I'm not great at canning. I've never really had much experience doing canning. So there's a whole lot of procedure that goes along with home canning that I just can't get really too in depth about because I never really did too much of it. But just follow your instructions on that. So there we go. We've got 6 little jars, and yes, Leanne with an L, bring back the containers so that I can refill them with other goodies, because I know that you like my goodies. I got the goodies. So that concludes pickled red onions. Munchie Mafia. Cook with love, eat with passion. Have a good night.